introduction. I know you may have generated certain expectations for future support, which are not necessarily badly placed. Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, Honorable Alvin Dabrio, Minister for Forestry and Fisheries, representing Honorable Oliver Joseph, Minister of Economic Development, Trade Planning, Cooperatives and International Business, permanent secretaries from various ministries, Mr. John O'Geese, Chairman, Standards Council, Grenada Bureau of Standards, Mr. Robert Bedford, Acting Director of the Grenada Bureau of Standards, Mr. Derek Omar, Chief Executive Officer of CrossQ, Ms. Carlene Lewis of the Trinidad and Tobago Laboratory Accreditation Services, members of the Standards Council, staff members of the Grenada Bureau of Standards, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, good afternoon. It is a distinct pleasure and honor to have been asked to deliver these brief remarks on behalf of the CARICOM Development Fund and to be able to join all of you here today in this celebration of the accreditation of the Analytical Chemistry Laboratory of the Grenada Bureau of Standards. I would like to wish the GDBS and its stakeholders a happy World Accreditation Day. More so as this year's theme is Accreditation, a global tool to support public policy, given the role of the CDF in the CSME and our engagement with the GDBS on this project. In putting together a project, there are many contributors, some of whom we've had acknowledged already this afternoon. But I would like to recognize the assistance received from Dr. Anthony Richards of CrossQ, who at the time of preparation and appraisal of this project by the CDF gave invaluable support to the CDF team in helping us to target our contribution to this project. So we want to recognize his assistance in that regard. And if I may, I know we have to receive many more statements. I would like to crave your indulgence to place CDF's contribution to this project within the wider context of the other developmental work that we're doing in Grenada, and I'll do this very quickly. During our first subscription cycle, the CDF approved financing to its 8 beneficiary member states of just under 51 million US dollars, which is about 137 million EC dollars. The CDF's program in Grenada started with the signing of our first agreement in October 2013, and to date, the fund has approved 4.76 million US dollars for Grenada, consisting of 5 components, and I'll just go through them very quickly. Financial support of 3 million US dollars in the form of concessionary loans through the Grenada Development Bank, targeting the SME sector. Secondly, grant support of close to 300,000 US dollars for retrofitting hotels with energy-efficient equipment. Thirdly, grant support of 183,000 US dollars to the Grenada Development Bank to assist in revising its act and to build a program of change management at the bank. And fourthly, which speaks to this project, grant financing of 277,000 US dollars, or close to 750,000 EC dollars, to the GDBS, with a major objective to upgrade and maintain the Bureau's analytical laboratory to the level required for participation in laboratory accreditation and external proficiency test programs. A second objective of that intervention is to conduct a gap analysis of the food industry in Grenada against the food safety requirements of the European Union and the US, and to establish the necessary quality infrastructure capacities and capabilities to support exporters and make the GDBS internationally recognized as competent in the areas of pH measurement and moisture content analysis, as Mr. Bedford had highlighted. And last but not least, in 2015, the CDF board approved additional grants of 1 million US dollars for 3 sub-projects. The first to support the nutmeg industry through a grant to West India Spices on the request of the government of Grenada as a special request. Secondly, to support the Ministry of Economic Development with a database and management information system that would assist in resource mobilization. And thirdly, to support the Customs and Excise Division with training in areas such as supervisory management and the procurement of a pilot vessel to assist in securing customs revenues. So we have had a very wide-ranging program of support to Grenada, and all of these projects, these agreements were signed in the first cycle. We are getting ready for developing a new set of programs in the second cycle, and I think it is timely that Grenada is just about to make its contribution to the replenishment of the fund, and I want to thank the Prime Minister, because this is a direct follow-up. This is a direct follow-up on my introductory courtesy call on the Prime Minister. I mean, he's about to deliver. So we want to thank you for that. So having said that, the Prime Minister and the rest of the audience here, we believe that in CDF that together we can contribute to moving Grenada closer to being able to fully participate in the CSME, because that is one of the core mandates of the CDF. So we look forward to developing new and exciting projects in the second contribution cycle of the fund. And in closing, once again, I would like to express our pleasure and appreciation for being given the opportunity to contribute to this achievement of the Grenada Bureau of Standards, of accreditation of its laboratory, especially because it enables export growth and is fully consistent with the core mandate of the CDF, which is to help the least developed country members of CARICOM to take full advantage of expanded trading opportunities within the CSME and internationally. The CDF congratulates the GDBS in achieving this milestone and wishes you the best for the future. Thank you.